It was one of those days where you choose makeup or hair. Guess which one I chose. Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I make videos like this every Friday focusing on drugstore products, so please subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos coming out in the future. I'm reviewing a new foundation for you today from Makeup Revolution. This is their Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. They have an enormous shade range with this foundation, which was very impressive. I personally had to order mine off of the Ulta website because if your Ulta is anything like my Ulta, they never carry my shade, and when you go there, most of the shades are out of stock. So keep that in mind. If this is one that you want to try, your best bet is to order it online, unfortunately. I'm going to be showing you an up-close application today with my first impressions as we go, and then in my usual fashion, I've also conducted a wear test for about 11 hours, and I'll show you what that looks like in addition to my final review at the end of the video. Before we get into the foundation application here, I wanted to share the eye look with you. Oh, it's so pretty. I used the Emily Wants palette, also from Makeup Revolution. I will have a mini tutorial on my Instagram profile today on how you can get this look. It's really easy to do. Okay, you may remember that I did review the concealer from Makeup Revolution that I believe is the same as this stuff, and I didn't really care for it personally. I didn't find it to last long, and it looked quite patchy after I conducted my wear test of wearing it for 9 hours. I'm going to stay open-minded, of course, with this foundation, full coverage foundation, and the shade that I'm using here is F1. When you open this guy, you get a very large doe foot applicator, and you have to be careful because it'll spray foundation everywhere. I get asked a lot when I do my foundation wear tests if I apply primer underneath, and the answer is no. I never do, because I don't feel like that's a fair wear test to wear primer underneath. I mean, I personally don't wear primers that often, and I want to be able to have a foundation that lasts on my skin by itself without having to do a lot of steps. And so when I conduct my wear tests, I think of it like that, like I'm looking for something like that, and I'm sure somebody else might be too. You can always use a primer to extend the wear time of something, but I want to see if the product is good by itself. And so far, this is taking a little bit more effort to blend in. It's not bad, but it's just a little bit more effort than normal. I'm not doing my whole face yet because I want to see what kind of coverage it provides. And also, sometimes with these foundations, if you apply them and let them sit, they don't blend as well. So I'm trying to avoid that issue if it were to exist. Okay, I tried to show you real-time blending there with as little editing as possible, even though I wasn't talking the entire time. So far, I like... I was gonna say I like how it blended in. It needs a little bit more help right here. It's looking a little... trying to see if I can show this to you on camera. I mean, if you look from this side to this side, it looks fantastic. The coverage is really great. It's a little like it's sitting on top of the skin right up here and on my nose especially. I'm going to see if I can blend it a little bit more into those areas. Isn't that funny? It's only doing it right here. It's not doing it on the jawline. It's not doing it up here on my forehead. It's only right in this area. All right, so for application on this side, maybe what I'll do is apply it right before I'm going to blend it. Like I said, maybe having it sit on the skin a little bit too long in that area affected it. So we'll go a little bit at a time here. hate to do it like this, but if it helps it to blend in, then we know that's what we have to do. One of the Chanel foundations did that to me. It was the Ultra Tenue, I'm probably saying that wrong, but it was horrible because you had to apply it and blend. Apply it and blend. Like you could never let that stuff sit on your skin or you'd never be able to blend it in. It would look patchy as all get out. I used to really love the Perfection Lumiere foundation from Chanel, and then they discontinued it and replaced it with, I think, that Tenue formula, but I really just did not care for that stuff personally. Okay, so this time I did not apply the foundation directly into this area of the face. I simply took some from my chin area and blended it up, and it's still doing it. I even applied a little less on this side to see if it would make a difference, and it's not. I have a hair on my face, and I can't find it. You ever have that? Oh, where is it? I feel it. Ah, invisible hair. Yeah, this is just... it's not my most favorite foundation so far. I will just tell you that up front, and I'm going to come in close here so you can potentially see the areas that I'm talking about and how it looks like it's just sitting on top of the skin. It's not blending in flawlessly. Nonetheless, I'm going to continue to wear it. I'm going to go ahead and apply a concealer, finish the rest of the face, and show you the final look. And then we'll wear it throughout the day. It's been a hot minute since I recorded that application demo, and I'm recording the intro and the outro for this video much later afterwards. So I'm having to recall back in my mind when exactly I applied that foundation, but I do remember waking up at 5 a.m. that day, filming the application portion so I could wear it all day, and then I came back and showed you the check-in at 5 p.m. So it was for a straight 12 hours that I was wearing that foundation, and this is what it looked like after 12 hours. And I was highly disappointed. Not only in the initial application, I felt like it was very splotchy, hard to blend into the skin. It looked like it was sitting on top of my skin, but after I wore it all day, it had disappeared from my jawline, around my nose area. There were other parts of my face where it was just gone. And it wasn't flattering, let's be honest. We want our skin to look like skin when we're wearing foundation especially, and this product did not do it for me personally. Let me know what you thought about the Conceal and Define foundation, either based off of the review I showed you today or if you've tried it out for yourself. As always, please take my opinions with a grain of salt. Just because something doesn't work for me doesn't mean that it won't work for you. So try to keep an open mind when it comes to products like this. I know that I like to do that for you especially. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Our weekend is a little sad here, unfortunately. A couple months ago, we lost our babysitter. She actually passed away in our home, which was quite traumatic. When my husband and I hire a sitter, it's usually because we have work to get done and we just need an extra set of hands to watch the kids for us. And thankfully that was the case when all of this transpired. And we weren't out on a date night because she literally flatlined in our house, and paramedics came and worked on her for 10 minutes. They finally revived her. She lived for 5 days afterwards. It's just so shocking to me still, and it really traumatized me for the longest time. It still does. My husband and I went on a date night not too long ago, and a dear friend of mine was watching the kids for us, and I was texting her, "Are you okay? Is everything okay? Please respond." I know what happened was rare, but it's one of those situations where you can't help but keep running the what ifs through your mind constantly. Like, what if this would have happened? What if that would have happened? Oh my gosh, you know? Yeah. And I try to share a little bit of my personal life with you at the end of videos, mainly so that people who don't want to listen to it don't have to, but also because I like to be able to share stuff like this with you and just communicate that life is so short. I mean, you never know when it's going to be the last time that you'll see someone. Our sitter was not able to be revived. So she never got to tell her kids that she loved them for one last time. And just make sure that every time you leave someone, let them know how much you love them. Let them know how much you care, because you really just never know if it's going to be your last day or if it's going to be their last day. So I just wanted to put that out there. There's been so much death around us this year. We've lost 4 people very close to us, my dad included, and it just makes you reevaluate everything. But anyway, you have a fabulous weekend. We will try to on our end, and at any rate, I look forward to seeing you again next week.